Hey everyone, welcome to another review for the tournament of blind boxes. Just rearranging my windows here on my computer. Just so you know, my camera's there. My live feed on my camera is here. The comic shows up here for me, and this is work, which I'm still trying to work. So this is work. Yes, I'm trying to do this during gaps at work. And if I look like I just climbed out of bed, it's because I haven't. This is just how I always look. Got another blind box for you. This one, plenty of packing. I open them right before I start recording, just so that you guys don't have to watch me unwrap it. The smell of smoke coming out of this one. So I'm not sure who made this blind box, but as you've heard 1,000 times before, smoking is bad for you. Alright, let's start. So, flipping this one over. I like it when people don't throw out the backing boards from different comic book shops, because it's an indication of where the collection has come from at one point. All right, what do we have? Oh, very good. Okay, Wretches #1 from Scout Comics. This is not a cover I've seen before. That's the character Shay. Her brother is Sean. This book is very well written. The artist... okay, Peach. Yamamoto. And this looks like a Tom exclusive. So probably 1,500 in this run. Very, very cool. A Roche comic. Scout's a little hit or miss with its comics sometimes. This one was a total hit. The way it was written is amazing. Like, there's a lot of banter back and forth between the siblings. Roche really understood the sibling dynamic, which is often missing in comic books. The biggest miss in comic books around siblings, even though they're not siblings right now, was Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. They never really had a good sibling banter, so that was missed in the writing. I'm not a huge Peach fan for cover art. This one is kind of out of her style a little bit. Maybe because it's a close-up face shot. Wretches is wonderful. If you can find it, you should read it. I think it was kickstarted. That feels right. I think it was kickstarted. It's great. You can pick up Wretches for around $10 to $15 because of the Peach association here. Maybe it's 30. Maybe it's 30. Okay. Camera's still working. Amazingly. Year of the Villain, the Joker #1, haha variant. Art by Lucio. Limited to 600 copies. And this is a Scorpion comic. Scorpion, the company that busts out variants more than unknown. It's number 117 of 600. Let's take a look. So, there were two main variants of the haha variant. One didn't have the ha's, and the other one did. So we can. So clearly the haha. Ignore this shadow right here. It's my ceiling. I have posters on my ceiling, and I guess the way the light hits the posters and it comes back down. Whatever. It's a Comic-Con. Yeah, so You're the Villain was the number one comedy was about the Joker. So they try and demonstrate how bad the Joker was in this comic, which is great. Condiment King makes an appearance. So if you are a Condiment King fan, pick up this comic. There's not much else. I mean, this is a very popular comic, so a lot of people read it. I'm a Joker fan. I like how Joker was drawn here. I think Lucio did a good job. I like it when the drawings of Joker have a unexpected break in reality. So the ha-has flying around like money, I think really, really works well. Alright, so this comic you could buy from several outlets online at $40. There was a lot of spec at the time about Joker kind of becoming more of a center story piece, and we think of Three Jokers of that, or Joker War. So it was selling for a high price. Right now, you could probably find this comic for $20, $25, somewhere in there. Okay, I know this comic very well. X-Men number 4, not to be confused with Uncanny X-Men number 4, which would have taken place in 1963. This is the first Omega Red. Omega Red is resurrected to take apart our friend Wolverine. And this comic is quite awful. Okay, so what to say? Jim Lee does a good job with the art. There is a good amount of comics spent to a basketball game with Gambit and Jubilee and Wolverine and Rogue. Yes. Then Gambit and Rogue go on a date, and they get intercepted by the Hand and Omega Red. And then, sorry, it's been a while. Wolverine, Jubilee, and one other, I think maybe Storm, go to join the date, and they're following behind Gambit in a Jeep, and the Jeep explodes, and they come out fighting, and Omega Red knocks them all out with some sort of gas. I think that's a synopsis of the comic. The reason why this comic is even more important is that a bunch of hand scientists die. No, I'm kidding. This was the first real villain introduction into the series. So it was very good timing after coming off the back of um, all the copies of number 1, and having Magneto in that series right there. Had they brought Magneto through to comic 4, I think it would have been a little overbearing, especially for the time. So I thought it was good. I didn't need to see like the personal life of the X people. There's something else in this comic. Moiko? She has a nightmare. And Banshee has a broken jaw. And they talk to each other telepathically. And then she runs away. It's all fuzzy, but it's in there. Good read. Not a difficult comic to find. But with all the movies, with speculation of X-Men coming to the MCU, and all that, this comic literally went from $1 comic to a $20 comic. Once again, I mean, these comics are in really good shape. So probably $20. Don't want to tell you. Sorry, I'm not as energetic workspin work. Pit number 1. This book is about pit fighting something in a subway, I think. It's been a long time since I opened a pit book. The book right before this was Young Bloods number 4. And this picks up with Pitt's story after Young Bloods number 4. This book outsold every comic in November 92. Except for Superman number 75. Now, often that number's thought of differently. It's like, oh, well, Superman in November 92 had the number 1 spot for the 4th time in a row, or something like that. And number 2 was this little comic that no one heard of called Pit. Pit really put Image on the map. 3 years after this, they actually... camera. Sorry, everyone. Camera decided that it liked X-Men more than anything else. And you can suck it. Pitt kind of made Image very successful with the help of Spawn. And one might put that the other way around. But the art was acceptable because of Spawn. The art style. Yeah, so not a lot there. It's a good book. It's another book. Sorry, work. It's another book that was a dollar book for a long time, and now it's a $5 to $10 book. It's not blown up, but hey, if I had a comic book and it went 10 times this value, or more importantly, it went 2 times or 3 times its cover price, awesome. The person who put this blind box together used very nice Mylar, and the books are phenomenal. Okay. Well, they told us what this is. Spider-Man 609, first appearance of Thomas Elliot, the red-headed Hush. Yeah, so Thomas Elliott's definitely an interesting character. He's got his own trade back. You could read a good amount about Hush in the comic books. This cover is done by Jim Lee. I mean, very clearly there. But it lies to you. Why? Because while Poison Ivy is in the book, she never interacts with Batman. Catwoman, not even in the book. What the hell, Jimmy boy? What the hell? Yeah. So, not much to say here. It's another $20 book. This is interesting. I'll talk about this once we're done with this. I want to see if this pattern continues. Oh, it's another peach. I can tell. Where's her marker? Oh, let me fix the camera. This has got to be a peach. Yeah, I can't find her marker, so it might not be. Venom 26. This is the comic mint variant. Of Venom number 26, yep. Double borders. Man, I'll tell you, the person who put this together cares about the quality of their books. Very good condition. Very, very good condition. My work is blowing up. Okay. Alright. We're good. Did you guys see? I know there's a lot of reflection on this. Do you guys see a peach logo or peach imprint? Okay. So Donny Cates wrote this line of Venom, this volume, and it's basically just revealing more of the King of Black series. Like, why is he obsessed with Venom? How's he going to use Venom? This is definitely one of the more chaotic Peach covers that I've seen. And that's maybe the very nature of Venom. Or Venom story, or Null. A Null story. Okay. I'm gonna move on, but I bet you that's Peach. Okay. Nailbiter. I wish I didn't have to explain this as much as I do sometimes. Nailbiter is kind of falls in the adventure horror genre. This is the final book in the series, number 30. Williamson has written a lot that we have read. The death metal series, he had a hand in that. A lot of Flash. Dark Detective from Future State, which is fantastic to read. He had a hand in that. He was given kind of a lot of leeway with Nailbiter, and it's worth a read. Definitely worth a read. Just know what you're getting into. Oh, by the way, price wise on this guy, I have no clue. And we'll talk about that when we're done. Why that's hard to measure. Nailbiter is a $5 comic, and it should be a $100 comic. If you were scoring for quality of writing and bang for buck, this would win every day. Really, I mean, we've had some awful writing from DC and Marvel. Awful writing. And then you come over to a publisher like Image, and they have some fantastic writing. So, I don't know what that means. But, speaking of questionable writing, here's Snyder and Williamson on Death Metal Legends of the Dark Knights #1. This is the A title. It's a fun book. Batman's car comes to life, as you see on the cover there. Batman becomes a dinosaur. There's an army of Alfreds, looking to kill. You see Joker die in a flashback. It's a fun book. Is it for everyone? No. I feel like with DC, we're rapidly heading down the path of not thinking while reading. And just looking at pretty pictures. And sometimes they just aren't that pretty either, so that's okay. Wow, I've been talking a long time. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be exciting. Okay, this is Spider-Man #1, 1990, Torment, Part 1. This book, silver variant. This book has a variant in itself. So let's find out if it's that variant. Sorry, whoever's book this is, they're probably cringing right now. No. Yes, there is a lot of bare-chested Peter Parker in this comic book. Way too much. Okay. I paused it. Did I pause it? Phone, get out of here, phone. This is important stuff. Yeah, I definitely paused it. Okay. Nice white pages. It's good. Yeah. Okay. This scene right here, in some Silver Spider-Man #1s from 1990, the lizard is in blue. He's meant to be in the shadows, and so the artist thought it would be a good idea to draw him in a muted green / blue. As you see, the rat's not. It's not black. It's not gray. It's actually blue. But people thought it was a printing error, and so they reprinted it. But some slipped out. So, This is a very good copy. Corners are very tight. There's no ticks. Yeah. The best way to look for ticks is not to look for them. It's to feel for them. It's to run your finger along the spine. And if you feel your finger kind of skip, you know you got a tick. This one's kind of hard to judge. You can find this comic. Dang it. You can find this comic all day for $10. But if you want a really good copy of it, you're going to pay up to $20. And if that really good copy is a 9.8 and you get a graded / slabbed, you're looking at probably $200, $250. Great investment turnaround. I don't recommend you slab this comic. There's an advertisement in this Spider-Man comic for arachnophobia. A movie about someone that's afraid of spiders. I don't know if that's genius or an idiot did that. Anyhow. Great edition. Okay, so I'll show this first. It's another Midtown Comics. Oh, camera died again. Man. Okay. So another Midtown Comics. This is their certificate of authenticity for Ed McGuinness. And it's on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a variant. This is Donatello and Raphael on the cover here. There's not a whole lot to be said yet. Anytime you pick up a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic, it's going to be a good day. The writing's really solid. You can tell the same creators on it from the beginning because they understand the characters. And you don't get this ambiguous kind of recreation of the character every 5 comics. Here's a warning. COAs are only as good as the paper they printed on. So whether you do it at Beckett or you do it at CBCS, who go through a Beckett competitor, get the signature endorsed if you're planning on selling it. You can go through CBCS and ask them not to slab it, but to grade it and to authenticate the signature, or you can have them do the whole process on it. If they authenticate it as real, they will give you the gold label. CGC does not do that. They give you a green label with some gobbledygook written across it that makes no sense to anyone, and your comic is actually valued less with a green label than a blue label because they view it as someone has written something on the comic and you're aware of it. It's how they view it. Total BS. This is great. Really hard to tell how much this is worth. We'll see if comps come up, but I'm thinking. I'm checking to see if there's a limit. So it looks like he did the signing at Midtown Comics. So what happens is sub signings happen at the artist or whatever's house, and so he gets 3 weeks and he just keeps signing, and then someone comes to his house and picks them up. Some do it at a comic store, which means that guy's probably got 8 hours to sign as much as he can. How many can he sign? Maybe 600, maybe 1,000, because every time someone gets a signature, they want to have a chat about how much impact their comic had on them. And in a comic shop, Often creators will sign anything. I've seen Stan Lee sign a DC comic. So you kind of have to be aware of what you're getting and why you're getting it. So if it's a comic store, get it authenticated, definitely outside of the COA. COA adds provenance, but only to peer-to-peer sales. If you want to sell to an auction house or something, you're gonna need more than just a COA. They're gonna just pretend the COA doesn't exist. You probably are looking at a smaller run if it was done at a comic shop, even a big comic shop like Midtown, where they can house lots of people. So it's a good sign. They don't have this numbered. It's a cool comic though. What a way to end. Dark Knight's Death Metal 7. Snyder again. Shadows. It's the Shadow variant. Yeah, so this is the end of Death Metal. I don't know that I have to go into it. Wonder Woman kind of becomes all powerful and starts cleaning up the place. Jay Lee cover. I'm guessing. Yep, this is marker. Very clean. I appreciate this cover because most of Death Metal's covers are very cluttered, very bombarded with activity. This is not. This is very clean. Unfortunately, it's so new, and it's now coming off the popularity run, so it's only worth about $5, maybe 10. So let's go through this pile again, and then I'll tell you what I noticed. Death Metal 7, signed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Silver Spider-Man 1, Legends of Dark Knights, Nailbiter number 30, Venom number 26, Peach, Jim Lee's Batman number 609 with the Lion cover, Pit number 1, X-Men number 4, first Omega Red, Joker, You're the Villain number 1, the Ha Ha cover, and Wretches, a limited run of Wretches, I believe. So, jeez, the screen actually, we don't need this on, but anyways. Okay, so my thought of the creator of this blind box. Very nice collection of comics. Very, very nice. Both, DC rich, independent rich, and then, a good splattering of Marvel. This person follows hype when it comes to artists. So do I. It's okay. It's okay to have a favorite artist. Peach is just kind of overused right now, but I'm a fan of Scotty Young. So, and he's, drawing drawings on cars, for instance. Also a bit of a spectator in this person. You see some hot new titles and they're in there. Maybe they're using this blind box to get rid of them, but I don't think that's the case. And then some classic first appearances. So this person, I would guess, is your collector of events. So the number ones, the keys, the key artists, the creators. He's not gonna do this like what you see behind me. He's gonna have a large but focused collection. What that leads to, though, is a very rich blind box experience. All right, do you guys want to know who it is? Do you have guesses? Where is... the person. You gotta stop smoking, dude. It's gonna kill you. The person who this belongs to is Macho. It's Macho the Collector. Out of New York. Macho the Collector. It is a strong box. It is a strong box. If you guys like what Macho did, thumbs up the video. Don't thumbs up the video for the content that I added. My nonsense, which probably is way off the path. If you like the video, thumbs up the video for Macho. There is a great People's Award for the most thumbs up on any one video. Alright, kiddos. That's it for that one. Moving on.